Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched WWE Monday Night Raw episode 1365, the Raw Reunion, or it maybe should have been called the Rawunion. This aired on July 22nd, 2018. So I was working on stuff while I was watching most of this episode, especially the first half. So I just took some quick notes during each commercial segment. We opened up with John Cena, who had a little bit of a rap battle with the Usos, and then the Usos defeated the Revival. Devon Dudley was at the Revival side, and the Usos were at the Rikishi was at the Usos side. So that was pretty fun. Drake Maverick steals the 24/7 title with the help from his wife. She is berating R-Truth during his while he's getting interviewed, and Drake Maverick sneaks up and steals the championship, but that doesn't last very long. After that, at the end of that segment, Charlie ended up dancing with the Godfather, which is kind of weird. Drew McIntyre murdered Cedric Alexander to get back at him from last week. I don't think that match even actually started. I wrote the wrong person who ended up sneaking up on taking advantage of Drake Maverick being grossed out by the boogeyman in the locker room. Pat Patterson wins the 24/7 championship. I wrote down Arn Anderson. Oops. It's Pat Patterson. Viking Raiders defeat Hawkins and Ryder. During that match, Christian was on commentary, so that was pretty cool. The club is now the OC. California, here we come. Ba, 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 da, da, da. California. Joe Briscoe pins Pat Patterson off screen, so that was interesting. But then Kelly pins Jerry Briscoe, and Kelly becomes the first female 24/7 champion. Finally, that's super exciting. Although we'll get to that in just a second. Up next, we have Joe come out. He says, shows like this are a plague to WWE due to the ridiculous addiction to nostalgia. Roman Reigns interrupts. So I had a knock-knock joke that nobody responded to on Twitter, but I liked it. So it goes, knock, knock. Who's there? The interrupting big dog. The interrupting big dog. Hoo-ah! So it works better with two voices, but... Anyway, we end up with Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe. Pretty solid match. I liked it, and Roman won via a spear. Then we had Miz TV with special guest Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins says that Brock Lesnar is a real Godzilla-looking bastard. And then I liked that line, but then he says that Brock is a Seth Rollins wannabe, which didn't make sense, and he didn't ever elaborate on that. So it maybe could have made sense, but it never did, because he's interrupted by Paul Heyman and Seth saying that Brock isn't a beast, he's just a man. Any man can lose, and Brock Lesnar will lose. Blah 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 blah. Up next, Sami Zayn says legends should go home and stay home, and then Ray stands up to him, and Kurt comes over and says, "Oh well, let's settle this in the ring. That's how I would do it when I was general manager, so let's do this." Candice Mitchell defeats Kelly thanks to Melina's new referee license. And then Alundra Blaze defeats Candice via submission, and she takes off with the title. She says, I'm not going to have this for long. Rey Mysterio versus Sami Zayn. This match was... Sami Zayn tried to leave, but then Rob Van Dam comes out, and Sergeant Slaughter comes out, and Hurricane comes out, and Kurt Angle comes out, and they cause Sami to go back into the ring, and Ray takes advantage and wins after a 619 followed by a splash. So that was kind of neat. Ric Flair arrives backstage, and also Montez Ford finds Angelo Dawkins, who had been chilling with RVD. Yeah, is using some eye drops and coughing a little bit. And like there's talking about all this crazy stuff happening backstage with all the legends, and then we cut back to the commentary team, and Cole and Graves are like, I don't know what any of that was, and then Renee goes, I understood all of it, and then it's like this nod to the camera. I liked that so much that maybe it was my favorite thing of the whole night. I really enjoyed this episode. I saw a lot of negativity about this whole thing on Twitter, on Reddit, on mainly those two things, and I enjoyed it. It was cool. I like even the stupid stuff. I think is worth enjoying. There's something to enjoy about the stupid stuff, which there was a lot of stupid stuff, but I enjoyed it. I don't know. This is good. I gotta be honest with you. I freaking loved the insane stuff in WCW. The taser to win the championship, the finger poke of doom. I thought that I was stupid, and I loved that stuff, and I'm still stupid, and I still love that stuff. So, you know. Anyway, Alundra Blaze is about to throw the title in the trash, but Ted DiBiase interrupts to buy the championship from her, and he is the new champion. Jerry Lawler comes to call the Rollins versus Styles match. As it progresses, D-Generation X, Triple H and Shawn Michaels come out to Seth's side to even the odds against the OC. California. The OC gets disqualified when Gallows and Anderson's attack Seth, and AJ says, "Hold on, we're the same." Talking to DX, and he throws up the two sweets, and he's like, and they're about to do that. They have both their hands up, and then suck it. Brawl breaks out. The OC gets the chairs, but then the rest of the gang arrives. We got X-Pac, we got Road Dogg, we got Kevin Nash and Scott Hall to overwhelm the OC. California. And they leave. He says, with China Spirit, we have 7. Crap, I forgot Billy. It's kind of a fun. They say, you're the OC, well, we're the OGs. And then we got a little bit of AJ Styles talking trash to Shawn Michaels. And then we got a big old suck it from all of them. And I guess that was kind of fun. I didn't really see this as burying the OC at all. Like they were outnumbered by double. Yeah, there were actually 7 of them out there, along with including Seth Rollins. And I thought it was fine. Backstage, Ted DiBiase is about to get away with that championship, laughing all the way to the bank. Is he going to pot the that is he already went to the bank. That's why he had all the money. Anyway, he gets pinned by Drake Maverick inside of the limo, and Drake has it back and he gets chased away. Mick Foley is talking about all kinds of stuff, but he's interrupted by the Fiend, and the Fiend murders Mick Foley and gets the heck out of there. And then Mick Foley's never seen again, so I think he was murdered. Moment of bliss with Becky Lynch is interrupted by Natalya, and then they brawl. Nothing really notable there. Oh, I did think it was nice that Nikki Cross had her own cup of coffee, and Alexa handed it to her. Like it's a complete things are progressing in this friendship. Before she would do things like pour the second cup of coffee into her own and then hand the mug over to her. No, she actually gave her own cup of coffee. I think that's some nice progress to see that friendship growing. R-Truth rolls up Drake outside of the limo, and he becomes the new champion. He gets away in the limo with Renee, Drake Maverick's wife, and Drake is left behind with Carmella. So I feel bad for both of them. Carmella was just ditched by her friend, and Drake Maverick's wife was kidnapped. Along with the champion. His new posters are so funny. He has the description of the championship, like how old it is, like how heavy it's, like 15 pounds, all that kind of stuff, and then also missing, and then a little picture of his wife. It was really funny. We had Braun Strowman versus a poor little fellow. Unfortunately, we didn't get any interaction with Nicholas, who was there. There's a backstage interview with him. Zack Ryder posted a picture with him. All that stuff was fun. It would have been cool to see him on the actual show, although I guess he did appear on one episode of Raw, so it would have made sense for him to be at the reunion. And then we have the toast at the end with Ric Flair and then Hogan, and then all the other people come out, including Alicia Fox. And she posted now today on Tuesday, transitioning to something like transition to legend status or something like that. So I don't. That's not, if that's what's good for her, then cool. And then, I mean, it's cool to see her still around. But a little bit of a bummer that she's not going to be wrestling anymore, I guess. But who knows? Who knows what'll happen? And then Steve Austin comes out, and it's awesome. Best part of the show, probably. Except then he just starts repeating himself. They're like, oh, we have 60 seconds left. Okay, let me say all the stuff that I already said before. But before that, it was all very, very good. And I was surprised that he didn't mention his show that's starting in like the next month, I think. That's on the USA Network. This is a missed opportunity. I mean, there's so many opportunities to do all kinds of different stuff. They're going to miss a few things here or there. But they did plug, even though Michael Cole called it the wrong thing, he called it the broken, what did he call it? Because it's the Broken Skull Ranch Ale, or Broken Skull Ale, or whatever. I'm calling it the wrong thing, but I'm not trying to promote it. He called it the Broken Skull, what did he call it? The Broken Stone. That's right. I was like, the Broken Skin. That's gross. But yeah. I enjoyed this episode overall. A little bit of story development, lots and lots of 24/7 stuff involving all kinds of legends. I think that was my favorite part of this whole thing. And then it ends up back with R-Truth. So like, if you missed this episode, it's R-Truth is still champion. So you wouldn't be, I guess you would wonder if something happened, but you would just know, oh, R-Truth is champion. Cool. Although he wasn't champion as of last week. Oh no, yes he was. Because he had the championship going into Comic-Con, and then he didn't lose it until in this episode. So yeah, it did reset pretty much. So yeah, that's everything that's all I had to say about the Rawunion. Like I said, I enjoyed it. Like if they just did this like once a month, that would be ridiculous. But as a one-off thing, like just enjoy it. Oh my gosh, just enjoy stuff. Or if I don't know. If you can't find anything to enjoy about an episode of Raw or SmackDown, then take a break and go watch NXT and 205 Live, because those are like always good. But anyway, that's it for this episode of Raw. Sheamus, I have to talk about this. He tweeted a video of him with his new haircut, and he's a business at the front, party in the back. He's grown out the sides more. He doesn't have the full mohawk, and it's all brushed back, all nice. And he's wearing a referee shirt. That's a hint at something, maybe, or just or a red herring, maybe. But I tweeted, "You don't just set the barber, you are the barber," and that's gotten a pretty good response. So I was pretty happy with that. But I thought the interrupting Big Dog tweet was a lot better, with zero likes. Now one guy, the barber joke, 150 plus and counting. Interrupting Big Dog, 0. There's something wrong in this picture. Although that one wasn't, my interrupting Big Dog joke was not a response to somebody's tweets. I think that helps a lot. whereas the barber joke was. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for listening. Let me know what you thought about this week's episode of Raw by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more views. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe out there in all the infinite multiverses, and I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Bye.